going to start with our fluency to see how fast that we can read our story without making mistakes. So on Monday and Tuesday, we practice with individual turns. So today we're going to try it together as a whole class. So remember to stop when you get to a what, boys and girls? Period. Very good. So we're going to start with the title up top. I want to see you tracking. And let's read the title together. Get ready.
A home for bats.
Excellent reading. Go on.
Not all bats spend their days in caves.
Go on.
Bats can live in many places.
Go on.
Some bats hang from big trees.
Excellent. Go on.
Other bats live in old rocks.
In first grade, we'll all start with reading. Really, the kids, they're just now learning to read, and then we move into them understanding what they're reading. Usually we do this every day. It's more like warm-up routine. So when the kids come in, we practice reading it's called a fluency passage. So really, it's just to help them get practice with reading their words quickly. That's really what it's there for. They take it home. It's in their folder. They practice every night. And then several times, like maybe every couple of weeks, I'll assess them to see how many words they're able to read in a minute from that passage. Go on.
They make their tent high up in a tree.
Go on.
They rest under the tent.
Go on.
Then they do not get wet.
Bats, and the bats, they tell us what the bats like to do, or the bats like to go in other places, like with animals, and it is a good story. I like it, and I wish I would write a book about that when I grow up.
I found like the difference is that the kids need to come in knowing a lot more, and they need to leave first grade or all grade levels knowing more, than what we had to know. So it sometimes can be a struggle, if they're missing or lacking in something, you have to make up for that, and then on top of that, you have to teach them all, the new things that they're learning. But they also have that foundation set first, before you can move forward. But I will say that the difference that I see from when I was in first grade, and I tell them this a lot, is they have to, know a lot more leaving first grade and understand a lot more and be able to apply a lot of the things that they're learning. Who can raise their hand and tell us what is our sound for this week? What is the sound for this week? Samila?
Ooh.
The ooh sound. Everyone say it.
Ooh sound.
And we said there are several ways we can spell words with the ooh sound. Who can raise their hand and tell us one way we can spell words with the ooh sound? Jemiah?
We read together, and sometimes we raise our hand, and then she called us to read the passage, and we had to spell moon, and a nut, and door, and coin, and toy, and tune.
Blue. Blue is my favorite color. Blue. Next word, toy. T-oy, toy. With the writing, the kids, by this time, they should be able to write multiple sentences, being able to capitalize and punctuate at the end without being prompted to. That's something that they need to know. This year, we've started with economics. The kids are learning about goods and services. We've been teaching lessons with that. Also with science, we do a lot of living and non-living things with science, understanding about seeds, how they grow, what they need to grow, because going into second grade, that's a standard that they'll need to know. And this is a story about mice who are working together to keep a cat away. In the story, you're going to hear several vocabulary words that we've discussed this week that are used in the story. Thumbs up when you're ready to listen. Okay. A hungry little mouse peeked out of her hole. Her tummy rumbled. She could see a table loaded with good things to eat. The people in her house had finished dinner. Look at all the lovely leftovers, she squeaked. The other mice sniffed and sighed. They were hungry too. Okay, go ahead and draw what you heard on card number 1. But I like how some people are doing your pictures differently. Some people are choosing to draw their box first and then put their picture in the box. Some people are choosing to draw their picture first and then create their first box and then their arrow. Excellent. So whatever way is comfortable for you is fine. The excellent drawings, very good.
The mouse book. And when she read it, we gotta write the picture. She put it on the board, and we had to copy the picture.
Okay, go ahead. And I don't want to see anyone following each other. You're stopping at one desk and then you move to the next. Get up, turn around. We're stopping at one board and then we're moving to the next.
And then we have to get up and look at the other people else board, what they did and what they told us, what it said. And we had to, when she says we go back to our seats, we have to and work on something else, and then we do.
Definitely with the little ones, you have to be careful not to make them, I would say, either sit for too long or me talking so much. I try not to do as much of that as I can, but a lot of the times, like, I do kind of make it short just to keep their interest, you know, get what I needed from them, and we just move on to the next thing, because there's so much that we have to cover. Like what you saw was, we still have like probably an hour more to go. Every group's different. Like this group isn't the same as the group that I had last. Some groups can handle, you know, more teacher talking, you know, less some can't. I think it just kind of depends on the kids you have that year.
When she tells us to face the board, we have to do it, and we don't say no. We have to do what she says, and we do this little game it's like you have to spell a word, and it's another game called you have to complete the sentences, and it's you have to say the word and then cross it out and pass it to the other person.
Give me 5, make sure we have everyone's attention. All right, so yesterday we wrote a story together as a group. Who can recall the title of the story? What was the title of our story? Anthony?
Anthony is a football.
Well, not the first sentence in the story. What was the title of the story? What was the title? I don't have the title up here. I just have the story. So what was the title? Sire?
Anthony the football player.
Excellent. It was Anthony the football player, because I told you this week during our writing lesson, you were going to be writing your own story. So yesterday, as a group, we wrote our own story together about Anthony the football player. So who can read the first sentence that's in red? First sentence that's in red. Rodney?
Anthony is a football player.
Anthony is a football player. Excellent. Who can read our second sentence that told us about the setting? I'm born and raised in Sarasota, Florida, born into a family of educators from my mom, my sister, my dad. I've been teaching for 13 years. I interned here. From the moment I interned, it was just, I loved the school. I loved the staff. I loved the children. Everyone was very welcoming. And I thought that with the kids seeing, you know, someone who, you know, born and raised in Sarasota, being a good role model to the students. See, you know, you can do different things, become a teacher.
She has pretty hair, and she wears pretty clothes, and she's a good teacher, and she It's helpful because she helps us spell words. Because if you don't know how to spell something, she helps us. I like about her when she tells us to read the books that's on the shelf over there.
I just hope they take away that they did learn something this year from me. And I hope that they'll carry that on into second grade. I hope they remember a lot of the strategies and things that I taught them, whether it be math, reading, writing. Even if they go, to another school, I just want them to be successful. And I hope that's what they take with it. They have some type of success in first grade, no matter what level they are at leaving here or this time of the year. But I just really work hard with them, and I just hope that they feel that as they go on.